Hi Aries, welcome to your weekly check-in for the 10th to the 16th of December. The messages are for Aries Sun, Moon and Rising. Thank you to everyone who likes, shares, comments on the video, subscribe to the channel. It's all greatly appreciated. If you'd like to book a personal reading, please see the information in the description box below the video. These are the oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading, and it is quite a weird combination, to be honest. I had the Shapeshifters deck in mind, Oracle of the Shapeshifters, and then when I was deciding what deck I was going to use for the to end the readings, Power of Surrender kept on calling to me. I was like, that's weird. And I looked through all of the decks, but it was just Power of Surrender just kept on, it was literally calling to me. So there we go for that one. So we're going to start. We're going to get a message from the Shapeshifters deck first of all, and that will be kind of your main theme, main focus, the main thing that you need to know for the weekly check-in. So Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising, what is your main theme for the 10th to the 16th of December? Okay, it's an interesting bounce, wasn't it? So Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising. Nope. Try again for your weekly check-in. Aries, it's quite jumpy, isn't it? Are you kind of eager for anything to happen? So main theme for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising. Yep, okay. So just bear with me one moment. All right, you have consider Miss Spiderweb, reconsider your alliances, make new connections. So I'll put that there. I'm going to read it from the book. So there are two main parts that I'm going to read from the book, actually, not the whole thing. So that's number 14, isn't it? So I'm going to read, there's two parts, there's three parts to it. So there's a part that says, Miss Spiderweb speaks. So I'll start off with that. It says, when a spider comes to you, as I do, it is time to reconsider your connections so you can catch a fly. Your every phone call, your every conversation, your every thought connects you energetically to another. Weaving and weaving, circling round and round, we hang suspended in the net of connection together. When you have me with you, you will begin to understand what must be rewoven and rewired within these relationships. Some cords must be retraced, re-strengthened again and again, and others must be taken down, removed, or recreated in a fresh territory. I, the spider, wait, and you too must weave the web of your life and wait. If you have patience and tenacity, what you have been waiting for will find its way into your silken threads. Make sure that where you are weaving your web is the right place for you. Otherwise, you are likely to catch what is not needed. The divination message says, prepare for a time when you reevaluate your connections as well as the value of where and with whom you network. You will soon begin to shift your focus of communication to a place that will see you prosper, grow and thrive. It is time to capture some of your dreams by placing your efforts in the right place and by speaking to people who can help you. You will need to initiate this activity yourself and stop relying on other people. Miss Spiderweb is asking you to get very interactive with your capturing of information, leads and prosperity. Even if it means remaking what you felt was already in place. You have to continually evolve. This magical companion will show you how, where, when, and once you do, you will know why. There will soon be new technologies, new connections, new locations, and new people in your life. Weave your web wisely. You will be rebuilding social networks, closing down old websites, removing yourself from the web for a time, and extricating yourself from friendships that keep you stuck in the old you. Right, so we're going to get your tarot cards as well now, and I am going to read the cards slightly differently from the way that I usually do the weekly. So I'm still going to get a card as like as part of the main theme and focal point first of all, and then we'll get into the slight change of how I do things. I just wanted to try something a little bit different, see how it feels, see if it feels more open, I think is the way I would describe it, but let's see. So first of all, as part of your theme, what do we need to know from the tarot? So we have Six of Wands, and that does actually connect with this making new alliances, new connections. I mean, that is a card of being seen. It's putting yourself out there, isn't it? I mean, I know it's a card of victory as well and being given accolades, but it is very much about putting yourself out there in the first place. So now this is where the change comes in. So usually I would do like your energy, but I'm going to do the past energy. I'm going to do past energy, which will be here, present energy or current energy and future, and see how that goes. We'll see. We'll do it for this week and see how it goes. So any past energies in relation to this, please. Just bear with me one moment. So you've got death. I mean, the oracle card did say something about closing down on websites, letting go of old connections, possibly. So that may have already happened, actually, or it's in motion. It started. So present or current energy. Try that again. Well, 10 of Swords. Do I take that? I'm going to try that again, but that, if death has happened, that makes sense. Because that's something that's finished and over as well, isn't it? And it may be communication related with the Swords there. But present energy, please. Present energy. Right, we have Wheel of Fortune. I mean, you've got two cards of a major change next to each other there, haven't you? And potential future energy, please. Yours are very acrobatic today, aren't they? We've got the Six of Cups, and I can't tell if that was... I'm going to keep it in reverse. I think it's meant to be in reverse. But the first thing that comes to mind with that is about letting go of the past. Or a need to let go of the past. I mean, this is future energy, so it's strange to see a card to do with the past in the future. But there may be a struggle, actually, for you in letting go of something from the past. And that might not be because of you, but say if there was somebody that was attached to you, or a company was attached to you, or something to that effect, or a group was attached to you, they might have trouble letting you go. But let's see what the clarifiers say for this. So starting off with that Six of Wands, I said that was as a main theme, it's about putting yourself out there, being seen, especially in terms of where you are respected and valued as well. If you feel like in terms of your current connections, you're not seen for who you are, you're not valued, you're not appreciated, then this may be going elsewhere to get that, or different platforms, that kind of thing. So Six of Wands, why is that there, please? I feel like that's meant to be, that kind of came out in reverse. We've got Page of Wands. I'm going to take that upright. I mean, that's a new adventure, isn't it? It's exploring something new. Anything else? Yep, we'll take them. So we've got the Devil, Four of Cups, okay. Knight of Pentacles, right, I'm going to see what comes out of the Knight of Pentacles, and I am very interested in, I've got a good reason of why I want to clarify that, but let's see what comes out next. Yep, that kind of explains why, to be honest. I will clarify anyway, but I have a reason, and it fits in with what I was thinking. So Knight of Pentacles, why are you there, please? Let's take those. Are they in reverse? Yeah. Yep. Let's get one to follow up from that Queen of Cups, actually. That's the only thing that's that needs something extra. Why is the Queen of Cups part of this as well? Let's get one more for that. I'm getting a strange thought with, well, not strange, it's just an unusual thought to have with this, but we'll see. Let's just get one more, following on from that Queen of Cups. I'll try that again, that was quite a bit. Although those did make sense, to be honest. Do I take that? I'll take the Ace of Wands, since that came out pretty clearly. The others that wanted to come out with the Eight of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles, right. So my thoughts on this. This is where, as a main theme, it would be a good idea I mean, as following on from the oracle card as well, to put yourself out there to make new connections. And you have to put yourself out there to do that, don't you? You have to make yourself seen and visible. Whatever that means for you, whether it means putting yourself up on different platforms, like for example, if it involves jobs, a lot of people have LinkedIn profiles, don't they? I don't, and I never want one, to be honest with you, but it could be something like that. So putting yourself on different social media platforms, going to different networking events. It might not be a job, it could be dating. I know this does come up a lot as well. Dating, different sites, going to different events to meet people, whatever that involves. You know, just trying something different, putting yourself out there more, and that's a willingness to explore. The reason you probably want to do this based on these cards here, all of the rest of the cards, is because there is something that you feel is restrictive. So you're not getting what you want at this point in time. My first thought with that Knight of Pentacles, something moving too slowly. Seven of Pentacles came out straight after it in reverse, and for me that's where there's no progress. So whatever it is you want to achieve, it feels like there's something restrictive, something holding you back. And it's a case of needing to put yourself out there more, or in different places, on different platforms to get more. I don't want to say traction, because I'm not 100% sure if that is in the right context for this, but to get more, whatever it is that you want to get more out of it, or you want to get something out of it, and you're currently being held back. This Queen of Cups could be a person, another person. My first thought was mother, potentially, if someone does have a manipulative mother or mother figure, maternal figure. It might not even literally be a mother, it could be just a feminine energy in your life. Like say if you have a female boss or something, and they're trying to hold you back, or you've got another female or feminine energy in your life that is kind of, yeah, emotionally manipulative does come to mind, but restrictive as well. Someone who holds you back emotionally too. And I'm not sure how to explain that exactly, but yeah, it's a really difficult one to explain. I guess it would, for them to hold you back emotionally, then they would be emotionally manipulative in some way, shape or form. And that can be intentional, it can be non-intentional as well. And I know that sounds really weird, but say, how would I put this? I'm going to offend someone no matter what I say anyway. But say if you have someone close to you in your life, feminine person in your life, female person in your life, who's very, very sensitive. And this is not me criticizing people who are sensitive. I mean, you may have already seen, I've done a video on embracing sensitivity in the past. So I'm not here to knock people who are sensitive at all. I know plenty of sensitive people in my life, amazing. The thing is, sometimes when people are hypersensitive, it can be restrictive to the people that they're close to as well, because then there's this fear of communicating openly with them, because it's like you sort of think to yourself, oh, well, anything I say, it's going to hurt their feelings, isn't it? So it's like you hold back, and then sometimes you can repress your own feelings as well. And again, as I say, I'm not blaming sensitive people. It's it's another one of life's challenges that people have to deal with, and it's going to be challenging for the person who is sensitive, and it can be challenging for people who are close to them as well. So it can be a challenge for everybody potentially. But yeah, so it can be another person, but as I say, it can be that you're held back emotionally as well, somehow. And that Strength card there, going with that Queen of Cups, it almost feels like the restriction, because I know strength is usually about courage, it's about determination, it's about strength, but here next to that Queen of Cups in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse as well. So that's where it's either it's a work in progress, or there's slow progress, or a struggle to change, which it could be all of those things next to the Knight of Pentacles and Seven of Pentacles. But either way, it's being held back, being restricted from whatever the new thing is that you want to pursue, whatever it is that you're passionate about or inspired to do. So I will leave that there. I've talked enough. So as I say, main energy, it's putting yourself out there, being seen by different people, new people, more people, however you need to do that. So let's look at this past energy, the Death card here, and see what that tells us. So Death card, I'm just going to shuffle these cards again. My deck feels really weird today, I'm not sure why. Right, Death card as the past energy. So this is kind of what's led you to where you are now, isn't it? The Death, well, yeah, the Death card and the past energy as well. I don't know why these cards are falling off this table. I've noticed in the last 2 weeks worth of readings, the cards just keep, for the most of the reading, keep flying off the table. So we've got the Five of Cups and the Eight of Wands. And that looks, I mean, the initial thought there is moving on from a disappointment. I mean, hurt, yes, but disappointment comes to mind. And then the Eight of Wands would be the moving on. Possibly there could be a communication element in there where either you've had to disappoint someone with something you've communicated to them, or they've disappointed you with something they've communicated to you. So let's see what else comes up for that. You have the Strength card again, okay. Had a thought come in there, and you know when it's such a fleeting thought that it just, as quickly as it comes, it goes. Okay, I'm going to have to see what comes next because I can't, yeah, it's gone. It's gone straight away. Seven of Cups, okay. I think it was resilience that I was thinking of with the Strength card coming up here this time. So again, whatever's happened to disappoint, it's like the Death card, it feels like it's acceptance here. So whatever the disappointment is or whatever has had to end or change, it's like you've probably accepted that and you've got the resilience to sort of to move on. I mean, I said Eight of Wands was moving on. It can be communication as well, but I said moving on, and it's like accepting that and being like, okay, yep, that's finished, or it can't be that way anymore. What are my other options? And having the resilience and the strength and determination to keep going, basically, and just find another way. So let's get one more for that. Yep, find another way. I mean, the Page of Swords is a card of investigation, isn't it? Trying to figure out a different way. The Seven of Cups is the options, and the Page of Swords is figuring out more information, a different way to do things. Can be about new truth as well, but I feel like it's more about finding a different way. Let's have a look at that Five of Cups just out of curiosity. It probably won't tell us anything specific, but let's try again. See if anything else comes out for that. Right, we've got the King of Swords. Nine of Cups and Page of Pentacles. Part of this past disappointment could be not knowing, well, yeah, that's kind of obvious, isn't it? Not knowing what you need to know to get whatever it is out you want out of a situation. Let's look at the Eight of Wands as well, because I feel like that King of Swords, is it another person or is it feels more like you, to be honest. And I know it's weird to say that the not knowing, because the King of Swords is about knowing, but then it's explaining the disappointment, isn't it? What the disappointment or the hurt would be here. So that's why I say it's kind of like not knowing what you do need to know. Let's have a look at the Eight of Wands. Could be if the King of Swords was another person, there might be something here about something not telling you what you need to know, or sharing the information that you need to know to make something work, and you could have found out about that they were withholding information potentially. Again, where that Queen of Cups came off with that possible emotionally manipulative energy, that could play into things as well. Because it is, if you're withholding information that you know someone needs to make something work, then that is a form of manipulation, isn't it? So Eight of Wands, I mean, I said that was about, could potentially have been communication, but I did say progression as the first thing, and the Chariot, that would be the ability to progress, isn't it? It's like being able to now consider what direction you want to take, get everything into alignment, and then make a move. Let's get one more. I mean, that's just making things work. The Three of Pentacles, it's where you bring everything together and make something work, isn't it? So, yeah, past energy, it's knowing that you either beginning to let something go or knowing that you need to let something go to progress, to move forward and figure out how to do it, but in a different way. So let's put these back. So we're going to look at the present or current energy now, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and that means things are changing, doesn't it? I mean, if you've accepted this death card, that something's got to change, or you've set it in motion, then it can only lead to to change. So, Wheel of Fortune. Why is that there, please? So you have the Ace. Yeah, I feel like it's got to be upright. Ace of Wands. I mean, that's new chapters, isn't it? New beginnings. It's passion. It's inspiration. It's drive, desire. So the chase is an inspired change, yeah, and you would be inspired to work, whatever it is you're inspired to put the effort in to work on it. The Four of Wands for me can often be about building foundations. There might be something here for someone about building a home, as random as that is. Four of Wands can be associated with home, and that might mean, it could mean literally building a house, whether it's for yourself, may or may not be in this country actually. So for some people it could be a holiday home. It could be that you're planning to move to another country and building a home there. Could be building a home in this country. Could be something to do with property development, real estate type stuff as well. That's just really random shit coming in there, but that's something that's come to mind that I've not really had before. So yeah, that's something that comes to mind here as well. That's really odd, but yeah. Otherwise, in general, it's just about having the inspiration, the drive to put the effort into something. And you may already have a foundation, or it may be about creating a solid foundation and building whatever it is you want, like building a solid foundation with what you want to create. Anything else, please? Building a business could be as well. Anything else? Anything else, please? Three of Wands, okay. Let's get one more. Do you like how that fell? Because I do. That's interesting, right? Wow, so the cards are all, this is a really weird backwards, bit of a backwards reading now. So we've got Four of Wands, Three of Wands, Two of Wands, and then the Two of Cups. That's really strange. I know what they mean. It's just because it's backwards. That's why, because you'd usually start with the Two of Wands where you decide what you're going to do. Three of Wands is where you've put the intentions and some of the effort and energy out there, and then you get the Four of Wands, which is the foundation. So it's just, it's weird that it's backwards like that. The King of Wands it's in reverse again, so it's still giving me this energy of not necessarily knowing what you need to know, or you're in a process of gaining all of the information that you need to know. Maybe that's why it's backwards actually, because it's like, it's the strategy, isn't it? It's like, so you would kind of decide what you want. It's still backwards. I'm still not sure how to you know where you want to end up with that Four of Wands. You know what you're trying to build. And then with that Three of Wands and the Two of Wands, I mean, part of that process, it's the intentions, isn't it? And the choosing a path. It's just weird how it's backwards. It's really weird. I mean, obviously when you come up with a plan, it doesn't have to be linear, but it's just standing out to me that it's backwards. Or it could even be assessing if this is something you've attempted before or thought about before. It's looking back. I mean, you've got the Six of Cups there in reverse as your future energy as well. Looking back how you did it before so that you can kind of course correct or make it work better this time. And then you've got a random Two of Cups in there. that could be the alliances and connecting with people who get what you're trying to achieve, who will be understanding, who will be genuinely supportive. Let's get one for that King of Swords, actually. I mean, maybe this Two of Wands is here is because this part is about deciding who to what's the word? To form an alliance with. There was another word and I can't remember what it is now. But who to form alliances with to make this happen. That could be why that energy is there. In fact, that could be why the Three of Wands is there as well. Actually, it's about deciding who to network with, because I believe, I could be wrong, don't quote me on this, but I feel like Three of Wands can be to do with networking as well, possibly. So that might all be the networking type stuff. And then this is the work that you do. This is your energy specifically about being inspired, putting the effort in and building the foundation. So what did I say? King of Swords. Yeah, one for the King of Swords. Nine of Cups. Still feels like knowing what you need to know to get what you want, to get the satisfaction you want. And Four of Swords can be about deep contemplation as well, can't it? Figuring things out. So yeah, overall, I don't feel the need to go any further. It's present current energy. Things are changing. The inspiration's there, the desire and the willingness to put the effort in are there. Finalizing the plans, I would say, with a bunch of these cards and figuring out who will be the best person or people to collaborate with, to form alliances, to connect with, to help you gain all the information that you need to know. And hopefully there's a genuine bond. I mean, depending on what the situation is. I mean, Two of Cups can be understanding. It is usually about connection. So then the connections with the Two of Cups wouldn't usually be just shallow. Like, you know, where you have business people where you just, you know, people that are like frenemies in business. It wouldn't be that kind of energy where you only give a shit about what you get out of it. It's like you genuinely have a bond with that person, even if it is just business. You genuinely both care about whatever it is what you're doing, and you both want to see each other succeed as well. If it was business related. So let's put these back and let's look at that future energy for you. So Six of Cups, I mean, it could be about reassessing the past in order to help you move forward. And this is future energy here. Could there be a return to the past? Maybe. But let's see what clarifies it, and that will make it clearer for you. Keep hearing letting go of the past. I think that was the first meaning that I got from it. Oh, strange how those are in reverse, isn't it? Six of Wands, the Fool. I mean, the Six of Wands and the Fool together, that's a risk. That's kind of like a risk in terms of putting yourself out there and being successful in general, isn't it? That's the card of moving on, isn't it, there with that Six of Swords. Then you've got the Page of Cups and you've got the Queen of Cups there. Something that's coming to mind with these is there's something here with that Page of Cups and Queen of Cups in terms of moving forward, of trusting how you feel more in a situation. So gut feelings, like say in the past, that could be to do with being unsuccessful as well with that Six of Wands. And the Fool being in reverse is often about taking a risk. In reverse, it might be about being reluctant to take a risk. It could be reluctance because you feel that it's not worth it. This person to me is looking back at the past. So again, there's that element of reviewing the past and leaving the past behind. So if you have done something where you've taken a risk in the past before and it wasn't successful, yes, there is an element of reviewing it. But you know, if you had any gut feelings in the past, like you took a risk and you had a gut feeling that something wasn't quite right, but you still went and did it anyway, right? There's nothing wrong with that, because that's how we learn, isn't it? By making mistakes. But there may be something about now where it's like you're bearing that in mind and going forward, like you'll still take a risk, but you are very aware of any gut feelings that you have and how you feel about the situation, and how that and using that to impact how you move forward. But let's get something for the Page of Cups. So you've got the Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands. Okay, let's get something for the Queen of Cups as well. We have, whoa, Six of Cups in reverse again. That is really strange. Of course, it has to drop down the side. Just bear with me. So yeah, that Page of Cups having the Nine of Swords and Nine of Wands. I mean, the maturity, isn't it? You've got the Page of Cups there, who's a child, and then you've got the Queen of Cups, who's an adult. So it's kind of a maturing in terms of how you feel about something, your gut instincts. It's like where you kind of where your intuition grows, doesn't it, or something to that effect. So you're more able to kind of have a sense of what feels right and what doesn't. Because you've got the Nine of Swords there. I mean, that's stress. It can be anxiety. Nine of Wands is where someone's clearly been wounded by something. So there might be a sense of maturity in terms of, I'm not saying you're immature, but in terms of the development of your gut feelings that might have matured. And then you've got the Hanged Man there in reverse. There might be a need for that to develop more as well. Your gut feelings in order to help you like establish, like when you meet people, you know, like if somebody seems, if you met someone networking and you thought they could help you, and everything that they said sounded good, but you had a niggling, like everything physically and that they show you sounds spot on, like it's like, yeah, this is brilliant, but you have that niggling gut feeling that something isn't right. But because everything physically looks good, you ignore the gut feeling. It's that kind of vibe there. So you might need to develop the gut feelings a little bit more. I mean, the Hanged Man is about spiritual development as well. And he's in reverse here. So what do we have after him? We have Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Wands. So again, for me, it's about developing that sense of maturity in terms of how you feel about what you're trying to pursue, and the gut feelings that come with it as well. If it feels right, if it really does feel secure and solid and long-term, or if it could potentially feels like it may end up being a burden. So we'll leave that there. We'll get you a final card of advice from the weird choice of deck, the Power of Surrender. I really don't know why I was called to that, but it just kept on. Yeah, it was like an alarm going off saying, choose me, choose me. So any bits of final advice? So going forward, future, in terms of future, as I was saying, be sure to kind of review the past and use that information to help you move forward. And it looks like you'll probably be developing a sense of maturity in how you feel and the gut feelings, which I've said about a million times now, about how you do something and approach situations or a particular situation. So final bit of advice. Gut feelings about people, I would say in particular as well. Whether it is professionally, in terms of relationships, in your personal life in general. So final bit of advice for Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising, please. So you've got surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. And I would say the silence that's needed to figure out what it is, whatever else it is that you need to know, to review whatever's happened and let that lead you forward. And also for the gut feelings as well, you need to cut out all the distractions and all the noise, whether literally or metaphorically, to figure out if something feels right or not. And then you've got surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. So that's your reading, Aries. Thank you very much for watching the video. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Again, if you'd like a personal reading, please see the info in the description box. But thanks again for watching and take care.